Peace, power, light, truth to you. This is your girl Ada coming to you here live in a living color with Chickasha Rising for another informative topic and video. Peace to everyone out there on today, this beautiful Monday. I hope that everyone is doing well. Wanted to come forth here and talk about, who we are. As today being Indigenous Day, I want everybody to really stop, take a look, and continue to research your family trees and histories because 9 times out of 10, you'll be able to find your family members and who they were. And not only that, a lot of our ancestors were and are indigenous to this soil. So-called black people have been here for thousands of years. This is the old world. This is not the new world. And they're finding information every day in regards to how old America really is. Or is it really called America? Is it really called North America? Or is it the Orient? Is it something else? But by this being the Indigenous Day of the American Indians here in the land, which we are the true American Indians of the land, the so-called Negro, genealogy is key. Genealogy is still key to this day because if you're able to find out who you are, know who you are, you'll have no problems. But they have hidden your identity by putting bywords on you, saying that you are African American. What the hell is that? That you're black? What the hell is that? That is not a name, that is not a nation, that is not a tribe. And don't be fooled by giving your DNA to these companies out here to do your genealogy research and your bloodline. It's nothing more than to get your information and your data in a database. Those tests are for entertainment purposes only. Only your family knows your family tree. Only you know your family tree. And it's going to take time. It is going to take research, but it can be done. And I advise everyone to learn more about who and what they are because it's key. It's key. Now, I want to share with you all uh, uh, a clip from this senator in Alabama who got himself in so-called hot water and telling the world, letting people know who the Negro really is. He called them Aborigines, Aboriginals of America, because we were here first. Understand that, know that, believe that, because, often a lot of people, they just don't want to do the research. But the research is there. The history is there. Even though they've tried to wipe it under the rug and hide it, the information is there. And I want you guys to take a look at this clip here, and I will be right back in discussing what he was talking about.
When I was reading to prepare for this interview, I was quite surprised to see you use the word Aborigines talking about African Americans.
I've dealt with that issue. I've already, talked publicly about that.
And my purpose here today is to say that I'm very sorry, and I apologize to anyone whose feelings were hurt by my comment.
I've made very, very clear I don't know where that comment comes from.
Well, from your subconscious.
Well, I guess. I mean, it's not even a normal thing anyone would say, even if you meant something in a negative fashion. I don't know if you would pull that out. But for me personally, you can't just close down camp and stop trying to do the things that you think are right. Just because somebody, you may give them an unfortunate bit of ammunition, you still got to continue to fight on and do what's best for the state in the long run. And frankly, it's going to give me the opportunity to talk about things that I may never been able to talk about before.
You mean the bill?
Well, the bill, or talk about race relations issues, things like that. I mean, I have a freedom that a lot of people don't have because of that.
Because you used the word Aborigine.
because I've been through the fire, and I can talk to people, I can relate to people, I can let them know what kind of person I am, and we can talk about things that sometimes have been a little bit taboo.
So because it allowed you to reach audiences you might not otherwise have reached, do you not regret saying it?
I think it gives me some opportunities. I went and spoke to a group in the city of Birmingham. It was a city councilwoman's community meeting, probably 95% African American. And because of, things that I regret, offhand remark I should not have made.
Using the word Aborigines.
Right, offhand remark I should not have made.
Which you don't want to say.
Yeah, I know better. But what it allowed me to do, they actually listened to what I said, probably more than they would have anybody else, because they want to see, this is that guy, this is that person. And we discussed immigration, we discussed policy that deals with the county locally, and there was the ability to actually get across some things that may have surprised them, that they realized, okay, this guy's making some good sense on some issues. I don't know if I would ever have had that door even opened if some of those things had not happened. So it really has worked as a positive in a surprising way to me to allow me to interact with people.
Your other incendiary quote was empty the clip, the gun clip, juxtaposed with immigration, so people think that's what you meant. So how do you explain that?
Well, it definitely had nothing to do with violence against anyone. It was totally taken out of context. The purpose of it was I was telling an audience that we needed to exhaust all efforts to try to deal with a number of issues. But by the time it got through 2 or 3 newspaper filters, it was all over the country that I had advocated violence against immigrants. Nothing is farther from the truth.
Okay, so you see and know that these politicians know exactly who and what we be. All right. You have this news anchor trying to switch the narrative with his evil, sick, sadistic, twisted ass, sitting there trying to get him, well, why did you say it? And what you mean by when you said that? And all this stuff like that. They wanted to make sure that information didn't get out. They want to make sure that you don't wake up and understand and know who and what you are. This is crimes against humanity. There have been no people on this planet who have been denied their heritage, who've been denied their culture, who've been denied who they are and why it was such a huge cover up. This is true. They don't want the so-called Negro to wake up and understand that this land is actually his and to claim it and to represent it. As long as we are asleep, they can do and try to do anything and everything they can to remain in control and power of this land. So I made this today to say, wake up, know who you are, know your purpose, research your family, do your genealogy research, because it's key into finding out who and what you are. Please please subscribe, and hit that like and subscribe button. It definitely helps me out a great deal.